Hello everybody, today I'm here doing a brand new video, and today I am kind of making a wish list, or kind of a top 10 as well, of some of the characters I want to see in Dr. Mario World. Now I've been doing some of these videos like this for my Disney games that I play, and now I want to try one out on one of the Nintendo ones, and Dr. Mario World is my favorite one of those. So I figured I'd start out with this, but I definitely plan on doing something like this for the Disney games as well. So look forward to that if you're more into videos on those games. But for today, I'm picking out some of the characters from Dr. Mario World, or from the Mario series itself, that I want to see as a doctor in Dr. Mario World. Now some basic rules, guidelines, or things I want to point out. I'm picking characters that I really want to see, but I'm also going for a realistic approach. I'm not going to go for some really out there characters, something that I don't think could ever happen. And I actually do have some honorable mentions where I do kind of point out, like, I don't think this character is very likely, but these are characters I really want. So I have 5 extra characters like that, so I actually have kind of 15 characters today. But other than that, like I said, it's supposed to be realistic, but it's also these characters that I really want to see. And it isn't a top 10 like format. I go from my least wanted to most wanted, but it really is just 10 characters, and leaving it open to possibly doing another video if this does well, or if a lot of people want to see another 10 characters. But I think that's enough. Let's get into the first character here, and I chose Boom Boom for my number 10 spot. And now I don't care all that much for Boom Boom, but he has been in a lot of the more recent Mario games. He was in Mario Tennis Aces, and he's in Mario Maker 2 and Super Mario Party. So he is an enemy that they like to include a lot, and I think it's a pretty generic one that would work pretty well to be in the game. Now, as we saw with someone like Koopa Troopa, assistants can be added in, so that's why there are going to be a few assistants in here that are being upgraded to doctors, including this next one here, which is Dry Bones. Another one which I don't care all that much for, but I do think they are very likely to show up, especially that now that we have Koopa Troopa and we have Dry Bowser. I think that we probably will get Dry Bones as well. And these like first ones here are mostly just like ones I think will happen, and also in descending order of which ones I want a little bit more, which includes the next one, which I chose Boo. This is probably the Mario enemy that I want, or no, I do have another enemy in here that I want more, but a basic enemy. This one I do like a lot, and they could go for like the King Boo kind of character, I guess, but I just went with a normal Boo, and I don't think they would add both, but I like the idea of Boo. I'd be interested to see what kind of skill they would give to Boo, so that's why I chose that one. Now the next character is a Koopaling, and I didn't want to add, we are going to have all the Koopalings except for 2, and I didn't want to put both of them on here. I wanted to save the list for some other characters, so I decided to choose only one Koopaling, and my favorite out of the 2 is Iggy. Now I'm sure I know a lot of people that also like Morton, and we'll get into that later, but I just chose Iggy for my Koopaling pick, and he looks kind of like me. He's got the glasses going on, and I kind of like his wacky style, I guess. And I'm fairly certain in a Twitter post they said that Iggy would eventually be coming. So I'm really looking forward to Iggy, and he is one of the most likely to come, if it is true about that Twitter post. The next character I have is Petey Piranha, who is not just a generic enemy, but an actual named character, and does show up in a lot of these sports titles, and was originated from Sunshine. Am I wrong about that? But he has been in a lot of mainline Mario games and the sports titles as well. And like I said, he is a named character, so it would make sense to get Petey Piranha in the game. Instead of like someone just like a regular Piranha Plant. I'm not sure how well they would work. I was tempted to put the Piranha Plant on this list, but I decided to go with just Petey Piranha instead. The next one is another named character, and pretty popular as well, and that is Funky Kong. I don't know, Funky Kong is alright. He's not one of my favorites, but I just like the idea of doing the funky mode in the corner of the thumbnail, and that was what pushed me over to choose Funky Kong. But also we don't have any of the Kongs really. We have Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, and there are a lot more they can choose from there. And I know this is a Mario game, but Mario Kart Tour has both Funky Kong and Dixie Kong, so I'd love to see them be added into this one as well. The next character is another generic Mario enemy, and that is Shy Guy. I know he's one of the more popular of the regular Mario enemies, and he's definitely one of my favorites. And while he doesn't have a face, somehow he still ends up being cute. And I like his little cute guy, and I want to see him be upgraded to a full doctor. And I think if they have more generic enemies, that Shy Guy is one of the most likely ones to be upgraded into a full doctor. The next character is one of the main Mario characters that still isn't in the game, and really the only main character that isn't in the game, and that is Berto. If you look at Mario characters, she will be included in with most of the like the artwork, with the ensemble. She will be in most of the pictures. She's one of the main Mario characters. She really is, and you know, I think it's a pretty obvious pick, and it is a little surprising that she hasn't showed up yet. We get like someone like Dr. Baby Wario, but we don't get Berto. You know, it's a little surprising, and that's why I think she's kind of likely. And also, I do like Berto, and I'd love to see her be added. Our penultimate pick here is Dixie Kong, my favorite of the Kongs by far. I really like Dixie Kong. I don't really know why. I guess I like the idea of her hair and like the mainline series as she uses it to glide a little bit. In Tropical Freeze, I always have Dixie Kong as my partner whenever possible. So I have a attachment to Dixie Kong kind of. And I like her design, and you know, if we are going to fill up more of the Kong family, I think Dixie Kong is the clear next one. And that would work really well for them to add another jungle-like area, and then do Dixie Kong and Funky Kong in that. And I think that would work out really well, and I think it would make a lot of people happy too. So that was my choice for the number 2 pick. Now before we get to my top pick, we're going to go into my honorable mentions here. First up, we have Bowsette. Just take a moment to think about how this will never happen. But that doesn't make me want her any less. Obviously, Bowsette is not a real Mario character. It is a fan-made character. But just the idea of getting Bowsette in any game in the Mario franchise just sounds so funny to me. And I would love to actually see it come true. And that's why I want to see Bowsette in this game. Now, obviously, I didn't put on the main picks because Bowsette is never going to happen. Just being realistic, Bowsette will never come. But I think it's so funny if we would actually get her. Our next honorable pick is King K Rool. And again, another one I don't think could happen, but I really like King K Rool, and he would go along well with the other Kong characters if they want to add in another enemy. Bowser's really the only main boss besides like the Koopalings that we have in the game, so King K Rool would make an interesting pick for sure. But like I said, I don't think it would ever happen. I just really have an attachment to King K Rool. My next honorable pick is Morton. Like I said, I was only going to put one Koopaling on my list, so Morton ends up in my honorable mentions. And again, I know people are pretty split between who they like, Iggy or Morton, since they're the only Koopalings left to be added. And I don't want to leave those people who really like Morton behind, so that's why I put him in my honorable mentions. The next one is kind of another one where I don't think it'll ever happen, where I think Morton will eventually actually come. I put Link, and he kind of just stands in as any other Nintendo character that's not in the Mario franchise. Now, we saw Link in something like Mario Kart 8, and I would love to see Link show up in either Mario Kart Tour or Dr. Mario. And even just if it's the only other Nintendo character that's not from Mario that they add in, I wouldn't care, just because it always seems like they'd go for Link first, or someone like Kirby or Samus. You know, I think they would start with Link. And it would be kind of cool to have them branch out to the other Mario franchises or no, the other Nintendo franchises away from Mario. So that's why I chose Link for that one. My final honorable mention is Baby Donkey Kong. He's really cute, and if we were to get any more babies, I'd really like to see Baby Donkey Kong. I know I have a lot of Kong characters already on this list, but Baby Waluigi isn't a thing. Baby Bowser is really similar to Bowser Jr. So the only other baby character that really makes sense is Donkey Kong, and it would kind of fill out the rest of those baby characters. I don't really like the baby characters, but if we were to get another one, I would want it to be Baby Donkey Kong. So that was kind of the reasoning behind adding him into my honorable mentions. Now let's move on to the final character, my top pick for this list, and it is, drumroll please, that probably sounded really bad. It is Pauline. I love Pauline from Mario Odyssey specifically, and she's such a cool character, and I love that she's in Mario Kart Tour, which makes it seem really reasonable that we would get Pauline in the game. And we got a world entirely based on Mario Galaxy, so who's to say we couldn't get like a New Donk City world in Dr. Mario World. And that could easily just have Pauline as a singular doctor in that world. We wouldn't need any other characters. They could do Cappy with her, I guess, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if they did a Mario Odyssey themed world and then did Pauline with that, it would work out really well, and I know it would make a lot of people happy. And Pauline, just the idea of having her in this game, I think is really cool. And that was my reasoning behind adding Pauline. Now, I didn't really go over any of the skills or anything that I'd want from these characters, because the skills honestly seem somewhat random when going through. So I would love to see if any of you have any ideas for some of the skills these characters could have. Leave them in the comments, and I will definitely make sure to respond. Any idea probably will be great from you guys. So please, if you have any ideas for skills for these characters, leave it in the comments, and I will make sure to reply. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I still plan on doing some like this for the Disney games. They probably won't be a top 10 list like this. I just kind of thought a top 10 list would work pretty well for it. But with the Disney ones, I'll probably just do a random amount, just however many I'm feeling. But that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.